when a good thing goes bad. In other words, when is it a good idea to have yourself removed as an authorized user from someone's credit card account? What up? You got Mr. Smith, point five of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and in this brief video, I want to talk to you about when it's a good idea to have yourself removed as an authorized user from someone else's credit card account. You see, if you don't know about being added as an authorized user, let me break that down first, and then I'll elaborate on when it's a good idea to have yourself removed. You see, being added as an authorized user is a strategy that is used, and it's a good strategy when used correctly, but it's a strategy that is used to help the individual that's being added as an authorized user in a couple of different ways. Once a person is added as an authorized user to a credit card, preferably somebody that you know, somebody that's a family member, somebody who you know you'll be able to stay connected to them for a long time, so that way they're not just putting you on there temporarily. It's more of a long-term thing. But it helps with a person who has little to no credit history. Credit history is basically the age of your credit. So if you're fairly young and you haven't had the chance to use your social security number to build any type of credit, then being added as an authorized user helps, because it allows you to inherit some of their good history, their age of their credit. In addition to that, you're also benefiting from some of their good payment history, as well as their credit utilization associated with that credit card. So if they're having good payments and they're keeping their utilization low, guess what? The person who's added as an authorized user benefits as well. And another perk to the person who does who officially owns the credit card is that they don't have to issue out a card to the person that they're adding to as an authorized user. In other words, if they want to add their kid to help them establish some credit, they can do that and not have to worry about the kid running a credit card up. They can do that for a niece or a nephew, and it's great as a family strategy as well, because if one person has their credit intact and they add a couple of authorized users, it helps strengthen everybody based on one individual starting the domino effect. So it's a great strategy to use. However, I want to give you a personal example of a client of ours who actually was added as an authorized user, and that may have been the strategy. But as I'm going through the profile, when getting things deleted, we had 6 items updated to positive today. And what happened was, I'm like, okay, the score is moving in the right direction, but it's some things that's hindering it from moving even further. So I always say this to my clients, but I had to stress the importance of it this time. I was like, all right, one of the things that's kind of keeping us from moving forward is the credit utilization. Let's set a goal to get that credit utilization low. And that can be done a couple of different ways, but usually it requires a person to make extra payments and try to pay it down sooner, whether they get a side business, start generating some additional income, or just cutting back in other areas to pay down more, or using what we call our income shifting strategy, which is available in our cash flow membership. But anyway, that strategy allows a person to see where they may be losing money, and that extra money can then go on their credit card. But that's not what this video is about. However, that's the route I was about to take her. I was like, hey, let's have a conversation to see where you are. What is it that you do primarily? Do you work a job? If so, there may be some money you're leaving on the table that can be used to knock down their utilization. But since she knew I was stressing the importance of getting that utilization down, she had the thought of, oh, maybe I need to tell him this. And basically she said, some of those credit cards that you're seeing on my profile are not mine. I was added as an authorized user on about 2 or 3 of those accounts. And I was like, because it was some high utilization that may take a while to get that score down while I'm cleaning up all of the other things that are on there. So with that being said, once she said that, I was like, perfect. That's good news. She's like, should I get myself removed? I like, absolutely, do that ASAP, which is the point of this video. The reason why it's a good idea to have yourself removed as an authorized user is because if that individual starts to move in the wrong direction, meaning they start to max out their credit cards, they're starting to make late payments, all of those habits or all of those things will reflect on your credit report, because you're added as an authorized user, and it's showing up on her profile as her utilization being at 98% or whatever the percentage was. It was showing up on her profile. So once we get those cleaned up and she's no longer listed as an authorized user on those accounts, I have no doubt that we'll be able to get more of the points available. Credit utilization alone, and we'll just speak on the credit utilization because that's what I was, basically encouraging her to do. Get that credit utilization. Lord, I advise you to go ahead and do that due to what I'm seeing on your profile, because credit utilization is 165 points by itself. 165 points. That's 30% of the score. So if the credit utilization is intact, then we can get 165 points on your score. And I'm not talking across the board. I'm talking about per bureau, up to 165 points. Might not get all of them because she still has some credit cards that she needs to lower. She said, yes, I'm going to go ahead and pay this one off, and then I'll pay this one down. So now we're moving forward. But I would not be surprised if she made a significant increase based on that one move. So take a good look at your credit report and determine, have you ever been added as an authorized user and it's still on your report? Is it helping you? Because if it's still in good standings, then don't worry about it. I'm not saying do it just because. If it's still in good standings, don't worry about it, because you benefited from the credit history as well as the utilization, and it may make your profile look a little bit more quality by keeping it. However, if it's detrimental to your score, then you definitely want to make that happen. And she was able to do it rather quickly. So that being said, if that fits a scenario of yours or someone that you know, share this video with them and say, hey, you might want to remove the authorized user or get removed as an authorized user because it's not serving its purpose any longer. So that being said, hopefully this was helpful or beneficial to you. Let me know if you have any specific videos that you would love for me to go over as it relates to credit, personal finance as well. But since this was credit related, let's keep it credit. Comment down below and let me know if there's any way that we can assist you. We got, a ton of goodies available if you want access to it. But nonetheless, I hope and look forward to seeing your credit score go to the next level. That's all I got for this video. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.